Q Services, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube. What we're looking at here is stainless steel hose reel. The feed into the system itself is an 1/2 inch swivel, chemical resistant, natural swivel itself, 300 bar rated this setup. Now we've also got a simple straightforward 1/2 inch female thread outlet. So what I've got here is a hose reel. Now sometimes what we're doing is using chemical through it, and that hose reel, certain hose reels won't coat with chemical. So this is a brass stainless steel swivel, won't last 5 minutes. So we wouldn't use it through there. What we'd simply do is we'd use fittings. So quick release, MIDI, we'd drill a hole in the side wall down at the bottom. Yeah, we'd then come through on the other side with the option. So we'd come through with a fitting through there, and what you'd simply have is that down at the bottom. But if you wanted to, so the hose itself is sitting nice, you simply set the system up. These are all stainless steel, so they can cope with the chemical, and you'd have the hole down at the bottom through there, 16mm hole, and the hose goes on there. What you'd simply do then is you would unplug the quick release. You'd have a lead hose from your pressure washer, 1 metre, 2 metre, whatever suits yourself, with the female on. So at this side you'd have that on there, you'd have the female, plug in, pull the hose off your need, use it, unplug, wind it back in again. And that's how it simply works at the bottom, looking like that. So that's how we go about doing it. Now if you've got a swivel that keeps failing anything else, why not do this in the first place? Like I say, because these swivels, they struggle to cope. These are good swivels, but some of the swivels in the marketplace, the black hose reels that are mainly for domestic users, not for industrial, don't last 5 minutes and start to leak. Or even just use it as a holding reel. Thank you very much. Q Services, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube. So what we're looking at here is the chemical resistant trigger, ST2635. This is quick release. We've got middies on there, so when we're using chemical, stainless steel MIDI quick release are the ones that we run with all the way through. So you'd have a hose, high pressure hose with stainless steel inserts. You'd then come to this gun. This gun then can do all different sorts of things. So if we wanted to, what we can do then is the jets that would go into the lance would go into the gun itself, because that's quick release and that's stainless steel inside there as well. Quick release all the way through, so it means that you can use your nozzle that you use at the end of the lance into the gun as well. So if we introduce the lance itself, stainless steel lance 900mm, at the end of it we've got stainless steel mini quick releases. So the same nozzles that run at the end we've just been showing can also go into the end of the lance as well. So it gives the option of working all different ways. It means that also further down the line, if we're running with a telescopic pole or something like that, everything works in between each other, so there's no problem. You can literally run in line with everything. So the same jets that you use on a telescopic lance are in the system, and the same jets that you use all the way through. Like I just said on the other video, so the steam lance itself is stainless steel MIDI quick release as well, and obviously you've got your nozzle at the end of there that are different spray pattern. These are all different angles. Like I say, it's about don't turn your pressure washer down at times, keep the pressure washer running at full, change the angle. Thank you very much. Q Services, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube. So what we're looking at here is the converter that lets you use stainless steel all the way through. So what simply happens is you can actually plug this into the gun to use your short nozzles, which we'll show you now. So there's your gun, that plugs into there. The nozzles at the end of the lance can then go into the system itself. So it means that you've got a short system, a gun that can work close up. So what we're looking at here is the stainless steel 520mm patio cleaner, set up with a spigot on there. So what it simply means is no isolation ball valve is needed in the system. So what you simply do is your gun, you simply plug the gun straight into the system itself. So you can simply let go of the trigger and move on back to a normal lance again. So your lance is in place now. Mini stainless steel end to put your jets into. so you're not having to mess around. You then probably carry it at times on a bungee at the end of there, so you can just simply have a bungee strap, disconnect, and you work away, go and connect it back up to the patio cleaner. Like I said, this is a stainless steel 520mm. So we've got the normal jet inside there to clean with. Like I say, you can put your turbo nozzle, everything can be used in the end of the lance as normal and extended out. On the system itself, that's the Mosmatic system, double swivel. Like I say, you don't have to have that, it can be taken out at that point there if you want to. Like I say, the most important thing about this is what we've done is all the inserts are done with stainless steel, so the hose itself can coat with chemical. So the whole hose on that side, we can do the same as well on this hose if we needed to with stainless steel inserts. Obviously a lot more money. Set up the same again with your jets, so these jets work at the end of the lance. Or if you're going to put chemical up, depending how you're doing, what you'd simply have is a wider spray pattern system. Patio cleaner. Now, what we're doing is pulling through at the end of the lance, chemical. Let go of the trigger, machine works just like normal. Little dog there, watching, he's going to get a salt wash in a minute or two. And what we're doing is putting chemical through the telescopic line for high reach. So on the system itself, on the brush, what you're doing is pulling chemical through so you can brush the wall. As you're forming. So, setting up here, streamline OV8 pole, which we'll show you in a second or two. So this is oval, yeah, this is the 35 size, 35 footer, so it all pulls out. Now the beauty about this pole, first of all, obviously, is, which we'll show you in a second or two, is the shape of it. So as you look at the shape, you'll find out it's not round. So what it means, we get no movement. It comes straight up and straight down, no sideways movements. And lock in place. So there's no round, you can start to spin and turn. Okay, now on this system here, we've got the chemical resistant trigger. Yeah, so what we're doing on this one is, obviously it's all stainless steel. This is able to put on, which we'll see on there. As we get hold of it, you'll see in a minute or two, we've got the swivel on the gun, so it means the hose itself isn't tangling up behind you and everything else. That's 3/8. Low trigger force, so it holds itself in as near as damn it. Once it's 10% easier to hold, 90% easier to hold in than it is normally. The hose inside here can coat with hypochlorite, so it's done. If we need to, it can carry chemical, and so can the gun itself. So hypochlorite we can carry. So what we'll do is we'll just lift the pole up and show you how we operate it here. So as we look at the gun itself, yeah, you'll see that I've set this up so it goes down on the lance itself, so it goes in a convenient position. That can be altered on that setup there. Like I say, we also then have caps normally over these two as well, so they're not catching your fingers. got the pole, yeah. So what we'll do now is go to the other end. Now we set this pole up, like I said, this is made for chemical. So as well as high pressure and everything else, so you can put chemical steam through it, whatever you want to. I'm talking steam, not just hot water. Yeah, so we've got stainless steel screw fittings. Everything in this pole is stainless steel all the way through. So if we want to, what we could do is, keeping it straight, you could put a brush directly straight onto that fitting there. Yeah, if we wanted to. Next thing is, if you wanted to, you could have it straight again. So you could have it mini quick release, stainless steel, so you can use your Vario nozzle or your turbo nozzle into it directly, straight in. If you wanted to, then obviously we could take that out. We can then put the tight swivel elbow into the system, which we'll show you now. So you have to get all of it and make it tight. So we've got the really tight swivel elbow there. Yeah. So we'll set that up. And like I say, we can do is put that in there or the brush in there, so you can use your turbo nozzles, but it gives you all them different angles as well. Patio cleaner. Now if you have a patio cleaner, what you'll find is there's no movement in this lot when it's all set up. That's the beauty about stainless steel and everything else, but it's chemical resistant as well. You can go for a different system if you wanted to, so it's not as long, and that's just simply putting that in, so you can use your nozzles directly straight in. But that means if you try to put a brush on, that brush would try and turn. But it can be done that way if you wanted to, so it's just quick release immediately. Like I say, that swivel there gets sorted out and it's tight, so it doesn't move about and spin. It's very tight. You've got to get hold of it and move it. So this covers every range, especially when you're doing high reach and everything else. You can put a pole onto the bottom of there if you wanted to. Gun taking off, putting the pole at a later stage. We have done that as well. You can also do it shorter, but like I say, this is the 35-foot setup. Thanks very much. Qservices, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube. What we're looking at here is a tight stainless steel screw fitting. So this is set up in different lances and so on. Screw fitting, stainless steels all the way through. Normally goes on the top of the telescopic pole, and the jets that what would happen is, if you're using a brush on there, yeah, that brush would screw into there and it wouldn't move. Or if you wanted to put a patio cleaner. But if you wanted to use your jets, what you do is introduce this part here, so it means that the jets themselves can then be used there on that side. You'd also mean that also sometimes if you've got the telescopic pole, you'll have a 22mm screw fitting like this at the top of the pole. That will screw in, you can use it just straight with the nozzles again. Same again, turbo nozzles can all work inside there, and the Vario, all stainless steel quick releases. Thank you very much. Qservices, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube.